choking
I think
Charlie.
you should. I think you should put this right, just so you feel doctorly.
So we're going to start by putting a food particle on choking Charlie so that he actually is choking. And kind of before we start, we're going to do landmarks. So the first two landmarks you need to know is it's called your xiphoid process, and it's the end of your sternum. So this bone right here, your breastbone.
You guys can feel on yourself,
Yeah,
too.
it's best just feel, go all the way down until you feel it kind of stop. That's where your xiphoid process is. And then the other is your belly button. I'm sure you guys all know where your belly button is. So, but what you're going to do is you're going to make a fist, and it's going to go halfway in between those two landmarks. You're going to put your other hand over it, and you're going to go in and up. So, can I show you how to do that? Sometimes a food particle comes out for me, sometimes not. So, xiphoid process, belly button. Oh, don't worry, it's not going to vomit on you guys.
Everyone always moves to the side. As soon as she does this, people are like, whoa.
And then
First try. Alright. You just saved him right off the
So,
top.
who wants to try first?
I don't know.
We'll put a particle back in his mouth so he's choking again. Okay.
Charlie's took a while today.
Here you go.
Alright, so,
So,
button. There it is. Okay, amazing.
good job. Yep, there you go.
On a real patient, probably won't be that easy. You probably have to keep going a lot. But how do you know when it's a bad sign? How do you know, like, what's a good sign when someone's choking and what's a bad sign?
When they're like going like this and
They're changing color.
Changing color, that's always bad, yeah. Big thing is if they're coughing. Is that good or bad?
Well, no, it's good.
Actually, yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
it's kind of-
as long as someone's
There you go.
coughing, they're able to try to expel it.
I don't think so. Try it again. Yep, there it goes.
That's
Awesome.
easier than the one at Tri County.
Yeah.
The one at, we tried to do it at Tri County and like it was stuck. You had to like punch it in the stomach.
Okay. Well, why don't we do the Sim Man then, because it's a lot cooler.
Alright, so, one of you come on this side with me, and one of you on that side with Allie. So this is Sim Man. He's really expensive, and you guys look nice, though. I don't think you're gonna, like, hurt him or anything. So he breathes, he talks, he does a lot of things. He screams. It's my favorite. I want to hide him in my roommate's room. You can do that. So go ahead, take your stethoscopes off, and go ahead and put one here and one here. And these are the two places that we normally look. So how do I know which way my stethoscope goes?
It points towards your nose, I think.
So smart. I didn't know that when I got to medical school. Alright, so go ahead and put them on there, and let's see what you can hear. You guys hear anything?
Yeah.
Not now. Alright, so we'll start out. This is normal. So just listen to normal for a second. Tell me if it changes.
Yeah.
What's it sound like now? Same or different?
Different.
What about now?
Sounds like a dog.
That does sound like a dog. So when would your patient maybe sound like this? Or like your little brother or something if they have like an
Inhaler. They have a, I don't know. They have a cold or something.
Yeah, if they have a cold, that's a good one. If they have asthma and they're having like an asthma attack, this is when all of like your airways that go to your lungs, they just constrict like this. And so you can imagine like you have this nice flow of water and then you just constrict it. So that's what you're hearing. Alright, so now we're going to listen to some heart sounds. So do you guys hear the heart right now? I'm going to put it on normal for you. If you can't hear it very well, feel free, you can like, it's called inching. It's like a technical term. You can like inch your stethoscope. Just move your stethoscope till you find the sound. Okay? Now let me know how it sounds.
Sounds like a frog.
Yeah, it sounds like a frog. That's called a murmur. And so, what a murmur is, it can be a lot of different things. A lot of different things can cause a murmur. But do you know how many places we listen to on the chest in order to get a good view of the heart?
4?
Yeah, 4. How come I have to listen to 4? it's just a heart, different sides. Different sides, good. So the reason I want to listen to 4 spots is there's actually 4 different valves or like openings or flaps that I kind of have a problem with. So the blood has to go through all these different flaps and different things, and it can get problems. And if any problem at any one of those flaps, that's bad. So go ahead and take your stethoscopes off. I just want to do that just for fun. You guys have like 5 minutes left. Do you want to show them CPR?
What do you want to show them the 4 places on the heart that you listen to?
So, fire your stethoscope. We'll do it on a real person, just because I feel like it's...
Isn't it like great? Like
Yeah, so you show me.
here,
Point on him where I would do it.
here,
Mm-hmm.
here, underneath, there,
Yep.
right there, and then I think there. Or
Or
no,
on the other
close.
side.
yeah, under the.
So you go here, here, right about here, and then right underneath the breast. Just right in that area. If you're really cool, you can do it nice and fluidly and just like, oh yeah. Or if you're like me and I'm like, oh no, what do I do next? And so those are the different things, and if you want to be really cool, the way you can remember it is apartment M. So A-P-T-M, and that stands for the 4 different valves. So like your aortic valve, the pulmonic, tricuspid, and mitral. And those are all different valves that you don't have to worry about at all. But that's, when you're listening, that's, you can hear each one at different.
So we can also do pulses on this guy, which
Yeah,
is
that's
really
what
cool. So you can do your radial and your carotid. If you guys want to give it, unfortunately, only that arm you can do the.
Yeah, and you can actually do these better on yourself.
Yeah.
So, which one's your carotid pulse? Close. What's the other one? Yeah, this one's your carotid. So the reason it's called your carotid is because there's actually a huge artery that you're feeling. It's called your carotid artery. This is one that, like, if you damage it or if you lacerate it in some way, you're in big trouble. Because it's really big. It carries, like, all your blood supply to, like, your brain and things. So that's why you want to feel for this one, because it's easiest. We're laziest doctors, so we want like the easiest thing to find. So if someone comes down, I can really easily go to here rather than somewhere else. The other 2 places, or the other place is right here. So you can feel it on yourself. So start with your carotid and just kind of try to feel the way, what's the best way you think to describe this? Start like your trachea and kind of move back. And it's in front of this is called your sternocleidomastoid mastoid, or your SCM muscle. Go in front of that muscle, because if you're on the muscle, you won't feel it. So if you kind of turn your head and feel for that muscle, just go right on in here. Yeah, it should be
If you
pretty
apply
easy.
enough pressure, you can pretty much feel it since we're young, anywhere on the neck.
Yeah. Alright, and then your other place is called your radial pulse. And the reason it's called your radial pulse is because this is anatomical position. So when whoever named anatomy, for some reason, wanted to be a jerk, and named you like this. And so this is called like your radial side and your ulnar side. So your radial side gives you your radial pulse. So you're feeling for your radial artery. So same thing. You just want to make sure, a lot of people go like right in the middle, but just think, I'm going to the radial side. So I'm going over here, and I'm feeling right on in there. And a good way to do it is there's a tendon here, right here. If you just go away, if you ever feel like a muscle or a tendon, try to get away from that, because you're not going to feel a pulse in between that. You guys feel it? So that's how we check the pulse system to see if our patient is alive when they go on like NCIS. So they're like, oh, he has a pulse.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. It's really not that like cool or special.
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions or anything? No?
Alright. Thank you guys.
Alright. Where do they go next?
We're going to Irvine.
Going to Irvine.
Yeah.